we do fashion, we do music, we do hip hop, and today I have my brother from another, Mr. Wonderfu, one of LES finest. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into a quick little convo. Introduce yourself to the peoples, man.
Peace to the world, peace to the world. It's your boy, Mr. Wonderfu, Low East Side's finest, Web3 artist, hip hop artist, and we about to dive into it.
Listen, man, we can't even start without saying Broom Street. We ain't even gonna start. We're gonna start.
154, stand up.
All right, so listen up, man. For the people that do not know you, just let the world know how you well, not so much. We could skip the grandma's house.
Right.
When did you get in? Like, what was your first break into the major music industry?
So honestly, the first person I started making music with it was a dude named Storm. Shout out my dude Storm. At this time, he was just producing records. Let me not say just producing records. He was producing records for Wu-Tang Clan. So a bunch of the album cuts, right? Method Man, When I First Stepped on the Scene.
He produced that?
Right, yeah. My guy Storm produced that, right? So this was the first guy that put me in the studio, showing me 16, showing me choruses. Fast forward 2025, my guy's managing Mobb Deep and MOP, right? So I just got to do my thing. And things gonna happen. So always shout out my man Storm. We back in contact again. We back cooking, back working, and so that was my first introduction into the industry.
All right.
Working with my man Storm out of Brooklyn.
Now, but you worked with a lot of big names in the game. That's why I asked that question, man. I definitely want the world to know.
All right, so let's dive into it. One thing about me, and it's a gift and a curse, right? My talent got me in a lot of places that hard work didn't get me, right? So to all artists out there, I don't care what game it is, hard work is gonna beat talent if talent don't work hard. A lot of things that came to me was just because of my talent. In 03, we started running around with EPMD, right? Shout out my boy Parrish Smith. I dropped on the album, The Awakening, right? I'm on 4 songs on that project. We did the promo tour. From the whole East Coast. We went up to Boston, and I think we went all the way down to Virginia. Along that trip, I'm bumping the people that they doing their thing now in the music game. Shout out my boy Static Selector. When we first went through on the promo tour, right, he was just, making his bones, and now fast forward, he's got a bunch of dope projects.
My guy, for sure.
And hip hop. We was also down in Virginia when the Clips was working with Family, and they were shooting the This Is How We Ball video. So we was actually down there for that video. So
crazy.
PMD showed me one of his main lines was hip hop time, right? So we was always on hip hop time. I remember we had just left the station at like 4 in the morning. Because when you're promoting, you're not getting the top slots at the radio, right? You're doing the underground DJ. So we up there 4 in the morning. And then I think we had to be right back up there at like 7. I took it to bed, man. My man P walked in with the key to my room like, Mr. Wonderfu, get up. We on hip hop time, right? So I always knew hip hop got his own time. You might want to sleep. We bumped into, man, I'll never forget. We bumped into these dudes that was over there at the Rock. Shout out to them. Young Chris, Young Neef, Oskino, Sparks, all of them. So I remember I bumped into them. I'm fascinated. They on Rockefeller. My first question was like, yo, how do I get on Rockefeller? And from their mouth to my ears, they was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. You probably doing better than us. And in my head, I'm like, BS, man. Y'all on a rock. But from moving into the game and seeing how people's career went, and right, I understood what they were saying.
All right.
Right, like everything that glitter ain't gold. That's pretty much what they was telling me, right? Fast forward, we did some things with PMD. That fell through.
Legends.
And let me not even say fell through. It just carried its course, right? Because anytime I bump into P, wherever we at, it's nothing but love. So fast forward to like 05, my brother, shout out my brother Jamal, my brother Pop. He's in Central Bookings with Benzino. He say, yo, my brother's nice. He do music.
What?
I get into unsigned hype just from, right? Now, naturally, when I bring the music up, from the bookings.
Talk about
right?
it.
So naturally, when I bring the music up to the source, the music is good, right? Got right into the source unsigned hype, right? So a lot of things just fell in my lap because of the talent, but I did not work hard. Fast forward, we catch the unsigned hype. Let's rewind a little bit. And like 03, 05, one of my cousins called me out the blue. Now, naturally, I'm adopted, so I don't really know my real family, so he's one of my real cousins, though. He calls my phone, he like, hey, I know your parents, right? I called around the family to see who was doing what. They gave me a number. He like, yo, I need to pull up on you. I'm like, all right, cuz, pull up on me. I'm in the LES 154 Broom Street.
Lower.
He pulls up on me. He say, yo, cuz, listen, I'm running around with Akon right now. He said, I don't need you to give me no bread. I just need you to be around in case bread need to be produced. You could just hold me down. Mind you, he had just finished 10 in the feds. He was with Calvin Klein, who was officially Akon's manager, who was doing 12 in the feds, right? So my cousin come pick me up. Mind you, Locked Up is on the radio, but it ain't take off, but it's on the radio. So naturally, I got to get my hood love. I take Akon. He go get a shape up from one of my mans in the hood. Shout out my man, Ant. We go to the pizza restaurant on Delancey and Essex. I got to get my love. We moving around with Akon,
Took him through the block.
Took him through the hood,
You know,
right?
I'm from the lower, so I know.
End of the night, right? We do a bunch of press, Hot 97, a bunch of magazines, right? You know, when you're coming up, it's just a bunch of press. So we do all of that. End of the night, cousin dapped me up. He like, yo, cuz, good looking. I don't hear from my cousin for 2 years. Fast forward, Akon blows up into a full-fledged megastar. My cousin hits me up like, yo, I think we in your neighborhood shooting a video. I'm like, where you at? He like, yo, we on Pitt and Rivington. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all in the hood. I'm like, y'all in the hood. I'll pull up, right? Everybody out there. Now, mind you, at the same time, I'm in the unsigned hype, right? So now it's just looking like, damn, fool about to take off. Everybody out there, Foxy, Jada, everybody, which was a crazy day because on that same day, I get a phone call from my guys from Smith, same exact day. My son Debo hits me up. I'm like, you know, we outside. He like, yo, pull up to Smith. My brother just got the deal with Hove.
Shout out True Life.
Man. Shout out to bro True Life.
All day, man.
Whole team went out to City Island. We had a good day, you know, happy one of our dudes from the LES got a deal. Yeah. You know, all of us been trying to get deals, so we was happy that somebody from the lower got a deal. Fast forward the next day, very next day, my cousin hit me. He like, yo, fool, pull up to the south side. We shooting the Akon and Young Jeezy video, right? So, and that's just how things was going for me. Like, I ran around with Akon and them probably for like a good 8 months.
All right.
But, you know, his music was taking off, and I had to get back to my music. So, a lot of these things happen to me, but I always know I ain't work hard for these opportunities. So, we fast forward now, right? This was the perfect podcast for me to jump on because I'm trying to, that's the name of the campaign, right? Who is Mr. Wonderfu? So I'm getting out here just letting people know who is Mr. Wonderfu, right? We back on the music, we cooking, single dropping, righting wrongs, right? And just happy to be back making music.
All right. I think you're forgetting the DJ, bro.
Nah, we can never forget the DJ, man. My guy was right there on 74 Orchard.
Okay.
My boy, my brother, DJ Honda.
DJ Honda, for sure.
And messing with Honda, man, we used to be in the studio with so many dudes, right? Nation and them used to come through. The studio, Honda Studios used to be lit, man. A bunch of artists. And again, I'm still hungry in the game, right? The block is right there. So when I'm here, it's like Honda Studio used to take me out the block, right? Because the whole record industry was there. And I just know, and I was just telling somebody yesterday, that's why it's good to say it loud. All of my connections are still there. You just got to be doing your thing, right? They can't help me if I'm not doing music, right? Yep. But if you doing music, yo, fool, here go beats, here go this opportunity, that. So, you know, this is me getting back into the music. I seen something from Jermaine Dupri about 3 weeks ago, and what I hear, I give it to other hip-hop artists. He said the internet is beautiful. It's a beautiful place. But he said if you want to do hip-hop, you got to get outside. Yes. So, you know, and one thing when I got outside, I realized, okay, everybody's outside. So we all exchanging socials, right? I'm at different events, bumping into different people, and we all exchanging socials. But that was just it. We was just all exchanging socials. It was no way for me to be memorable because I ain't going to rhyme for nobody on the spot. It wasn't the time and place. So I came out with a little saying that we all know, just have something to hand out so you stand out. Right, so now when I'm bumping into these different people, right, it's like, yo, here go my sticker. Might not remember who I was tonight, but when they wake up with me in their pocket, it's like, all right, we do got some dude named Mr. Wonderfu. So to all artists, creatives, right, all right, just have something, and that's just something I learned from like 30 days of being on the ground. I'm at a bunch of different networking events, right, and I just noticed I was just there. I had nothing to really stand out, right? Yes. So me getting my stickers was just so something a little bit more tangible, something to be a little bit more memorable, and to let me know, right? We back outside.
Yo, man, this like I definitely when this opportunity came my way, I knew who to tap into, and I knew I wanted my brothers to have a voice because the story needs to be told. Like, there's a lot of people that you might know, you might have grown up with that just done amazing things, and just sitting here and just hearing how like the way the dominoes fell, and even when I was coming up doing my thing. None of these things are failures. All of these things are stones and bricks and wood and windows, and they just help you build an amazing house as an artist, man. So, what is the new single? Because I know, but tell the people.
The name of the song is called Righting Wrongs. Oh, all right. That was the I Love LES video.
Yes.
And again, that came together. I had the design in my crib for like a year. I had the song done for like 3 months. And we got to understand, life be life. And so I'm doing things and enjoying, right, the family, working, but I wasn't doing my music. So one day I'm in the crib, I just say, just post it. And it got some love. I ain't even know people was checking for me, right? And it got some love, what got me motivated and like, all right, let's just try to, focus. Because putting out projects and singles, it takes a focus that I didn't have, right? Like I said, so many things fell in my lap. The studio used to be there like, fool. Like, P had me in a whole house in Jersey. I mean, a whole house in Long Island. And again, I used to bring the whole projects. Again, not understanding what I had, right? But we was always taught or always seen, when you get an opportunity, you bring everybody through.
Definitely.
So, nothing... I won't never say it was a bad experience because a lot of my dudes was able to get better as rappers. Some of my dudes still write rhymes now from those days, and they didn't even think they could do music. So, but it felt like subconsciously I still was in my house waiting for somebody to present that opportunity to me again. Waiting for people to come like, yo, fool, here go the Stu. Here go this situation. Here go the Source magazine. And I had to realize, like, it ain't coming.
The money's not gonna knock on the door.
It ain't coming.
The money's in front of the building, but it's not gonna knock on the door.
Agree. And that's the fact. So me learning that, like, or figuring it out, knowing it, but subconsciously just really waiting, like, nah, everybody I know, they gonna double back and come grab me because your talent.
Yeah.
I got a lot of confidence in my talent. Now my hard work and my work ethic, we gotta get that up. But the talent, I always was confident in my ability to make music, pick out good beats, deal with good people, right, from features or producers. So, and this is from me, and I like putting stuff out there. A lot of people say they don't like to speak their mind because people steal their ideas or this and that. For me, it's to hold myself accountable, right? I think a lot of people don't like to say things because if you don't do it, nobody knows you didn't do it. So you don't got to do it. It's nobody... For me, I put it out there. So the rest of 26 as we go into 25 as we go into 26.
My man already in next year.
I'm 2 years ahead because I already know like the whole plan
year.
is like by 2027, we need to be doing this. So I already know the end of 25 and the whole 26 is the whole Who is Mr. Wonderfu campaign.
All right.
Getting in front of podcasts, networking, shows, right? I do my own event. I do my own 3-day crypto event in New York City. This will be my 4th annual, and we focus on the music part of crypto and NFTs, right? I could get deep on that, but I do want all artists to, it ain't the end all be all, it's just another avenue, right? And I had to tell myself that because I cut myself off from DSPs and Spotify and all of these other things just because I hear the horror stories. So I'm like, why go into that if everybody's saying it's not $1? So, but for me, I noticed like, you cutting yourself off to avenues. I understand I got to use these DSPs for marketing, right? I use my NFTs for tangible, for ownership. If you ever buy one of my NFTs, you own that, right? You own the artwork that comes along with that. These projects that I'm working on, right? We using vintage artwork for every cover art. So when I came out of prison in about 2018, there was a family throwing away a bunch of art. Now, me just being a rapper, I always respect art, whether you're famous or not. So I asked them, hey, can I take a couple of pieces? They was like, sure. So I take it out the trash, a bunch of canvases, regular portrait size canvases. I get them to my crib. All of these portraits, they all dated. 1967, 1969, 1977
Wow.
from an artist, and it got his whole thing. It says Mark F. Dunham, East Village, right, and whatever date he used on those specific art pieces. So me, that's how those are my cover arts, right? I'll get with a dope artist, right? Because I don't do all the writing. Yo, Mr. Wonderfu, the name of the song, whatever else, and we just collab on those vintage pieces of art. So I don't want people to think I'm just out here selling songs for $40 and $50. Like I think like that's what it go for. Nah, I understand the quality first I'm putting into the studio and to the music, and then also the quality, and it's all subjective, right? I'm hoping the vintage and the nostalgia of these art pieces provide a different selling point.
Well, your music's out there. They definitely know where they can hear you. The boy got bars. I mean, hip hop bars, man. So let them know where they can find you.
It's Mr. Wonderfu across all platforms. I am STER WONDERFU. Mr. Wonderfu on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, right? All the social platforms.
Fire.
And again, that came to me, right? Who was Mr. Wonderfu? If you don't know, I won't tell you then. But stay tuned. For me, it's about to be a lot of fun. Music is an outlet that allows me to do a lot of things. I'm going to present y'all with a lot more of my vintage stuff, right? From the Unsigned Hype. And Unsigned Hype led to other opportunities, right? There was people that thought I was handsome enough to come in and model some of the stuff, right? So I got Source magazines and XXL magazines that I did a little bit of modeling, right? For Nietzsche or whatever the brand was at that time. But if there's one thing I want to stress to all creatives, right? Hard work is going to beat talent if it doesn't work hard.
All day.
And the last convo I had with my guy Storm, right, which got me motivated again. He like, fool, you got the alley-oop to the record industry, right? I am your alley-oop. Make the music, make the videos, send it to me, and we just keep working, right? So I know you're going to get tight because he said we just going to do this on the back end. And he done popped me out and had me experience a lot of dope things, right? Hanging out with Havoc and Razcast and MOP, and then at the album,
bro.
at the album release, and Nas is there, and I'm just
crazy.
Like, right? So, but I just got to do my thing, and the music is my thing. I could have made a million excuses why I couldn't make it today.
He made it.
No, there was a million excuses. Working or the train, or I ain't gonna lie. I actually got to the route, and I was standing there, and I'm like, damn, I don't know if it's High Line, if it's I almost got back on the thing. I got back on the thing to go back into Manhattan.
Nah, you were supposed to be here.
And I said, you know what? Put some more fight, right?
Yep.
Knowing is half the battle. I already know I procrastinate, the laziness, right? So these are little things to get me back into the groove. Watching the news today, what they said, it's a new trend going on. I think it was called the focus trend, right? I just happened to catch it on the news today, and it was just, showing people get something, lock in 30 days, 60 days. So I appreciate the opportunity, right? My brother as Black.
You already. We ain't
man.
gonna get into that because the people that are really watching us at home that do know both of us, they know we go back all the way back. But that's not what we're here for. We were definitely here to let the world know what you got going moving forward, brother.
And
so it's a blessing.
we clap.
Love you to death.
LES.
Let's do it, B.
And actually, this is the first podcast to lead into the whole "Who is Mr. Wonderfu" campaign, because it's a campaign.
Let me hold this stick up, man. You know the vibes, man. Tapping with my brother. Peace and love until we catch you next time, man.